Welcome back, Devils fans. It is your host, Ace, here on Running with the Devils, where we are talking New Jersey Devils hockey all year long. Please hit that subscribe button, smash the like, share with a friend. Thank you very much. And some big news came out just about an hour ago. We've all been waiting for it after much debate, speculation, with defenseman Jonas Siegenthaler going down with an injury early in the first period the other night. Your New Jersey Devils need to find someone to fill his spot. Lots of guesses, lots of back and forth. The answer is finally here. It will, in fact, be the youngster, recalled from Utica, Shimon Nemec. Wow. A little bit surprising. We knew he was going to be one of the candidates. For a few reasons, I thought it may not have been him, but realized it very well could be. We all knew Shimon was itching to get back to the NHL. He had those quotes to a foreign newspaper a few weeks back where he voiced his displeasure with not being in the NHL, and totally understandable from a highly skilled kid like him. He's played in the league, and due to a string of unfortunate circumstances coming into this season, he was bumped out essentially and sent to Utica. He's definitely going to be back with a vengeance, but let's take a look. This comes out from the Devils a short time ago. Hischier to IR, Nemec recalled transactions. The Devils have placed captain Nico Hischier on the injured reserve list retroactively to January 25th and recalled defenseman Shimon Nemec from Utica of the American Hockey League. Hischier, 26, suffered an undisclosed injury late in the second period at Montreal on January 25th after taking a cross-check from the Canadiens' Nick Suzuki. Oh, we better get some payback on that. Hischier, the Devils' leader with 24 goals, missed the past 4 games for the team and is listed as week-to-week. Nemec, who played in the AHL All-Star Challenge on Monday, will join the team for their morning skate later today. Nemec has 5 goals, 22 points, and a +9 in 32 games for Utica this season. Defenseman Jonas Siegenthaler was hurt Tuesday in Pittsburgh, and head coach Sheldon Keefe said he will, in quotes, miss some time. Nemec's recall gives the Devils 6 healthy defensemen. And there it is. I guess just to touch on Nico for a minute, I'm a little nervous about it. We don't know a lot of details, and this Four Nations break can't come soon enough. Obviously, Markey still injured and out. Hopefully he comes back shortly after the Four Nations. Nico getting injured was a massive blow to this club. We've all seen how we struggle in the face-off circle without him. And obviously he brings a ton of offense, leadership, and he plays against the other team's top lines on most nights. And so we've obviously missed him in a variety of ways in each and every Devils game since he's gone down. Hopefully he comes back sooner than later. But now that he's on the IR, I really hope it's nothing severe. But there is a chance we are without him for some substantial amount of time after the Four Nations break. I think a lot of people initially thought it wasn't that serious. Sheldon Keefe originally said he's day-to-day, and then a couple days later he went week-to-week. Now he's on the IR. I mean, it is a little troubling because the team struggles without him. It's clearly evident in these past games. Getting owned in the faceoff circle, 65-35 roughly in a couple of those games, and it cannot continue. Faceoffs are a huge part of the game, and not being able to win them consistently is problematic. Hopefully Nico's back, but now we get to Shimon Nemec. What a story for this guy. Because of injuries last season, he got thrust into the NHL probably much sooner than the Devils and Tom Fitzgerald really wanted him to be. I think they wanted him to marinate in the AHL for a season or so just to get some pro experience and continue to develop. But with all the injuries and Dougie going down, he got thrust into the big club, and he played pretty well overall. I mean, the defense obviously last year was problematic as a whole, and our goaltending was quite horrible for most of the season. And there was some growing pains with Nemec, along with Luke Hughes. But that's to be expected. Young kid playing in the NHL for the first time on a team that struggled for most of last season, but he looked pretty decent. And so now we fast forward to this season. He plays in a couple games. Guys get healthy. Pesci, Luke come back. Devils have tough decisions to make. And Shimon Nemec ends up being the odd man out. I'm sure it was a devastating blow to him, having played the majority of last season with the Devils, to then come into this season thinking his spot is secure, only to be nudged out essentially by Johnny Kovacevic and sent to Utica of the AHL. Obviously a tough thing to go through, part of the business, and it's unfortunate. But at that juncture of the season, Tom Fitzgerald thought that Johnny Kovacevic in the lineup gave us a better chance to win on a nightly basis, and you can't fault him for that. Kovacevic has more experience. He's a little bigger, nastier kind of guy, an element that the Devils desperately need throughout the lineup still, I believe. But this is a huge opportunity for Nemec now. With Siegenthaler down, he's going to have a chance to make his case once again. And I'm sure he never wants to go back to Utica again. I imagine stepping on the Prudential Center ice later today, in his mind, he's thinking, I'm never going back. I am in the NHL for good now. And I'm rooting for the kid. That very well may be the case. We have no idea how long Siegenthaler's out. It could potentially be a while. And so Nemec is going to have a real chance here to stake his claim. Will he perform the way the team wants him to? Will he feel the pressure? A lot of questions we're going to find out later tonight in his first appearance in quite some time, playing against the Vegas Golden Knights at the Prudential Center. It will be interesting to see where he's slotted in. I'll probably be back later. We'll talk about this some more after we see the line combos and D pairings at practice today. That hasn't come out yet. But very interesting. Because Shimon Nemec is a right D and Siegenthaler is a left D, I do not anticipate Nemec being plugged into his spot. But what I do see happening is another defender moved from the right side to the left side, allowing Nemec to play his natural side of right. It just would be, I think, too much to expect Nemec to come back to the NHL after being out for a while and play his offside. I don't think it would make sense. So I'm fully anticipating someone else getting moved over to the left, Nemec playing the right. And it's going to be interesting to see what these pairings are and how they hold up throughout the game. Devils desperately in need of points. As you all know, we've been on a horrific streak overall as of late. They're playing better in very recent times, but overall, 2025 has been brutal for your New Jersey Devils, and we are hoping to finally come out of this thing and start stacking some points. Heading into the playoff run here, games are important. Games are huge. Devils have played 55 games thus far and only have 27 left. It goes by oh so fast. The season is flying, but 27 games left, and we're playing a lot of good teams and a lot of hungry teams down the stretch here. We are going to see what this New Jersey Devils group is made of because teams are coming for war. Absolute war. Every single game and every single point matters. And as we get further and further into March and late March, it all just becomes that much more important. I do believe the wild card probably will come down to the last day of the season. There's that many teams scraping and clawing for those last two spots, and the New Jersey Devils are hoping to just keep the Columbus Blue Jackets at bay and hold on to that third place in the Metro Division. I would love to catch Carolina, and obviously I would really love to win the division, but let's be honest here. It seems like the Capitals may run away with it. What a season for the Caps, and I don't think anybody thought they were going to be this good. I mean, it's been crazy, just overachieving while Alexander Ovechkin continues his drive towards the Wayne Gretzky goals record. But it would be nice to see the Devils finish second in the Metro. They definitely are right there with the Canes, only behind them 2 points. The Canes have a game in hand, so even if they won that game, at most the Devils could be as 4 points behind them. Definitely not insurmountable by any stretch with this amount of games left, but they really matter now. We cannot have any more flat performances, any more games where they take huge chunks of it off, and I'm hoping to see a fired-up team tonight against the Golden Knights. Hopefully they come out with a much better start. As we all know, the first period has been kind of hit or miss for the Devils. We've seen a lot of slow first periods where they're just kind of going through the motions, and it takes them a little bit longer into the game to finally wake up and look like they're playing to win. And I hope they come out flying tonight. I hope we see a lot of intensity, a lot of hitting. Hopefully the home crowd gets them juiced up. But this is another massive one. We only have the Golden Knights tonight and then Saturday afternoon in Montreal against the Canadiens before the Four Nations break. And hopefully that break serves as a nice reset for this club. We have a lot of guys nicked up, injured. Obviously, hoping to get Markstrom back as soon as possible. Nico Hischier. I'm sure there's a ton of other guys playing through little nagging injuries. We know Jack Hughes has been a little banged up for a while. And hopefully it just gets their minds and bodies in the right place to return in late February and continue on this march to the playoffs. It's not going to be easy, and every game is going to be a battle. And I hope they rise to the occasion. It all starts tonight against the Golden Knights at home. We will see the return. Shimon Nemec coming back to the Devils lineup. I'm super pumped for it. Hopefully we don't miss a beat. Hopefully he comes in and whatever D pairings they come up with for tonight, looks sufficient, and the forward group kind of gets it going. I'm interested to see if we have any changes in the line combinations as well. Keefe has been tinkering a little bit here and there as his personnel seems to be changing on a gamely basis with, new guys coming in, other guys getting injured. It's all been crazy, but let me know what you think about this in the comments. A lot of us did not think it was going to be Nemec. I thought, I knew it was going to be considered, but I honestly thought they would go with a natural left D just for the ease of the whole not having to shift someone over out of their natural position to plug Nemec on the right, but I'm not surprised. He obviously is one of our best defensemen not playing in the NHL, and it makes sense. So I'm curious to see how it all plays out. I'm sure Nemec is pumped. Hopefully he has a good outing. Hopefully he just continues to develop into what we all think could be a very good to elite defenseman in this league. A lot of people have high hopes for him. A lot of people have kind of cooled on him, with all the stuff going on this season. But I still believe he's going to be an unbelievable defenseman for the New Jersey Devils. And he was just kind of a victim of circumstance earlier this season, and it forced him to Utica. Hopefully he developed down there a little bit. He picked up some things along the way. And I'm very excited to see him for the first time in a Devils jersey. First time in several months tonight. But let me know what you guys thought about this. Call up in the comments. Let me know what you think about the game tonight. Anything, everything, New Jersey Devils hockey, throw it out there in the comments. I enjoy talking to all of you, and I'm jacked up for this game. Super pumped. Super pumped. We need this one bad. It would be some miracle if we could win tonight and in Montreal on Saturday before the Four Nations break. It would be beautiful. We got some help on the out-of-town scoreboard the other night with some of the teams we need to losing. Hopefully that continues, and hopefully the Devils can continue to stack points, but it's going to be a stressful kind of 2 months here. We're like in the 2-month-ish stretch of the season before the playoffs, and I am hoping and wishing for the best for your New Jersey Devils, and man, it's going to be a fun rest of the season. But throw it all out there in the comments. I'll be back soon. Tons of stuff in the works. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends, let's go Devils.